It's Kino Black.
Emotional pain is transmitted through our body through the same connection of physical pain. So that's why they also say that every addiction is a painkiller, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain, but it's mainly emotional pain. It's a painkiller. So to deal with my pain, say for example, I'm working a lot to take my mind away from that emotional pain that I'm dragging over. This could be substances, any of those, and we are numbing our emotions. Now, that's when what Marty said gets in. Medicating ourselves, like whatever we're doing in order to numb, okay, it's not, that's why I don't dedicate too much time to what does this substance make. You guys know what the substances do on you, because we can see, we can read, we have friends, okay? But one thing is obvious, is like, how is it working with us? It is like we're numbing that pain, and we think that we're numbing only the negative. But no, I know that you're numbing yourself, your positive, your potential. We're numbing everything. You cannot tell, oh, I just want to numb the negative. No, you're numbing yourself completely in life.
To anything. And what addicted means is that we let something else take control of us, of our feelings, and it'll spiral on us. It'll backfire, and it really was fun in the beginning. It felt good, and it was kind of cool at the beginning. But the more we do it, the less it works, and that's addiction. But we keep. Right? You have to be aware of what they call triggers. Have you guys heard of that word before, triggers? Certain things, we're just going along fine, and we're having a really great day, and we're having a really great time, and all of a sudden, boom, we get this craving, or, something sets us off, and the next thing you know...
They have to find it again. So what is it that people find when they recover it? They find themselves. And the loss of self is the essence of trauma. So the real purpose of addiction treatment, mental health treatment, any kind of healing is reconnection.